Good afternoon, Leo. Welcome, welcome. We're doing your September reading. We're just gonna start shuffling and looking at what's happening for you, or could be happening, or has happened, or all of the above in combination, right? So, what is happening with Leo's energy field? What's entered, what's left? I'm taking my time. I would like the cards to come out by themselves. Please be patient. Okay. Okay, in sequence. The Seven of Swords. Strength, your card. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Rods, also your card. I'm super happy to see so much fire in your energy. The World reverse, in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. What an interesting read. There's like four feminine figures here. The female on the lion, the queen, the dancer on the world, and the high priestess, right? So I feel you have many female relatives, and if you don't have that many, what's really important about those connections or ties to you is that you get along much better. You feel very, very comfortable, you feel loved, you feel appreciated, you feel seen around your female family members. They matter to you more than the masculine side of your family. Like quite literally, almost like you have love for the females in your life, in your family. You have a harder time loving the men in your family. You might have history behind that, but that's not here necessarily. It's just a comment. It's also what you attract. In general, you are a chick magnet. And even if you're a female, I feel that you would be surrounded by female friends. You'd have a very tightly knit group of female friends. The same friends, maybe from a long time, from your childhood into your adulthood life, into your adult life. Also, so these four females, these four friends, these four family members, two of them have a bit more similar energies. The one depicted by the Strength and the one depicted by the Queen of Wands here, Queen of Rods. But then you have two different figures, two different other energies. One is more distant, either physically or even just emotionally from you, more than these two fiery creatures here. And the other one here on the High Priestess is more secretive by nature. I'm hearing you appreciate each one as distinctly for precisely for the reason of their differences, right? For the qualities that they possess that you actually sort of look for. So when you need a certain thing, you're very attuned to which energy you need to go to with whatever situation or whatever you wish to engage with, whatever you have to say, whatever you need their help with, or whatever it is you wish to discuss with them, you'll choose according to what the matter is, and you'll pick the right female in your environment to discuss particular topics. It's also telling me now that not everybody has the full picture on you. You open yourself up selectively to different people about certain things, precise things, and the information doesn't communicate between the four. They only relate to you. I'm gonna get to the Seven of Swords, but I really want to go in depth with the all of these feminine figures here. Okay, I'm gonna say something a little strange, but I still have to say it. There's a possibility that the two upright cards here, the very fiery ones, the one that have a lot of heat because of the association with your sign, Leo, and so the sun, these two females are alive. I'm not sure. I believe we're looking at two ghosts or ancestors, people that have passed away in your life. As a possibility, I'm not saying that's the case, but there's something about these cards are colder. They're more like spirit form. They're very they're like a wisp of smoke to me, because they're in reverse, because they clearly oppose in just the heat versus cold, close versus distant. It's just a possibility. So when you would speak to these people, it'd be in prayer inside your heart. They might even be figures in your religion or your system of belief, right? So they might be deities that you pray to, or you know what I mean. I still feel they would offer guidance. That's what's really amazing. I don't feel it's a one-way street on this card, on these cards. I think there's also a return. It's really interesting. Okay, let's look at the Seven of Swords. It's a very interesting mix because it doesn't mix, right? This card feels separate, yet it opens the reading. And you have 3 major arcanas and a court card, so this is really, really important. This is not trivial. The first word that I want to speak up is avoidance. I feel you are being avoidant. So I'm getting mixed messages, so I'm going to give you the different messages, but they do contradict. One energy here is this 7 of Swords is actually shielding, hiding, almost like your spirit team here, right? Whoever are your helpers, you are making sure that because the gaze of the gaze of the 7 of Swords is pointing outward where there's no cards. This is what's private, and so you're acting as making sure you hide it behind these swords, making sure you don't reveal. Who's on your team? That's one message. I just want to add that it's out of wanting your privacy, which is important to you, which is not typically necessarily a Leonine trait. Usually Leos actually will be very open about, or they have an easier time to share their private life, but not you, if that's your message. The other message is this is the topic that is being discussed with your different guides, your different family members. So now family takes on, more than just blood relation significance. So you're addressing a situation, talking about a person that you feel has been avoidance to you, avoiding you, or that you have been avoiding, or both have been avoiding each other purposely. It's very clear here. This is purposely. There's premeditation on this card, right? There's actually preparation, premeditation. There's a strategy. It's calculated, deliberate. I'm hearing it's mathematical. I'm debating whether I'm going to pull a card on the 7 of Swords. I'm going to pull one card. I'm not going to ask a question. I don't necessarily want to go into what are you avoiding, what is being calculated. I don't want to gear the question or influence the energy. I actually want the cards to decide. They need to point us I don't, this card. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Someone that's not communicating with you. Again, the energy of avoiding, it's premeditated. I told you there was a shield, right? This is a block. It's just even stronger here. There's clearly a I'm hearing that the Seven of Swords character is acting this way. They seem sly and shady and whatever adjective you want to put on there, you know. But in reality, they're just protecting, they're protecting their wealth. And the wealth is not financial here. They have a wealth of amazing, I use the word creatures, but it's also beings. They have this amazing crew. And it's their like hidden power, you know. It's their inner, it's their strength, it's their power. It's hidden. So it's more like protective. It's interesting. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have an agenda besides that. You know what I mean? So one of the ways of being protective and avoidant is to refrain from speaking about them, showing them to the world, admitting of their existence. Also, it does create a sort of a side effect, which is these beautiful beings are also not able to communicate out to the outside world, right? So not to say that they're prisoners, but it could be by choice, right? It's there's great loyalty I'm sensing. So it's definitely by choice, but the reality of it, the side effect of this, or the consequence of this arrangements or relationships between these individuals, this crew of beings, these your spirit team, right? Yeah, the consequence is that they also cannot partake with whoever this person is engaging. So it could be you, it could be someone else, right? I think it's you, but yeah, I really think it's you. The energy here on there's so much fire here. This energy is it's like you're wearing it. I'm not exactly sure what to say. It's like you're wearing it. That's how close it is, right? It's on your skin, close to your skin, so it's very, very close. I'm not sure what this shield will do with time, you know. I don't know if blocking everything so drastically, right? I wouldn't know if it's really useful or to what extent, or maybe it's only circumstantial, right? Maybe it's a good idea circumstantially and maybe less in other circumstances. So I think it'll take some awareness on your part. It's just that by being blocked like this, or by blocking, again, another side effect that sometimes you also block in what could be positive, you know. And it's not necessarily about being positive versus negative energies coming in, like, and setting these boundaries and stuff. It has to do with novelty, change, anything that disrupts your comfort zone, or your, you know, your sense of what's comfortable, safe, and familiar. So being sort of a little bit shook, or like being shaken in your boots, right? Being sort of I think this is where you'd be missing out the most, by not allowing for flexibility and welcoming change, or just newness, just different things that are different. You're not open to that at all. You're having a hard time accepting that. I wonder, now I'm wondering how these people feel. I wonder if they, okay, I'm gonna say something I want to show you. This figure is looking towards the Seven of Swords, which is here on the table, right? On the left. So Strength card is looking at the Seven of Swords. The Queen is looking directly at you. So are these two figures, but if you see, the size of the head is very smaller, so you can sense the distance, right? You can sense that it's more remote. But what's important, as these three are looking towards you, so I'm tempted to say that the figures that are looking straight are less aware that they could be missing out on something, on an exchange with the, I'll call it the outside world here. Whereas the Strength card, she can see right through. She cannot cross, but she's, at least she has a good view on what it is that you're choosing to filter. And her stance is to be very respectful of that distance that you are imposing. Yet there's curiosity, there's openness, but there's no action being taken. So this person will not try to cross these boundaries. They will respect that. I don't know, I'm getting a funny message. I'm seeing these brooms, right? And I'm thinking about cleaning, as in cleaning house, but it could be metaphorically, of course. I think that's what these boundaries are for. To keep the house clean. This is the house. This is your private sphere. This is your fourth house in your natal chart. There's something about family, private life, your roots, your home, your sanctuary, your inner being. All of that is being highlighted here. I like that your spiritual life is very full and rich and so diverse and amazingly engaging. This dialogue, you're in constant dialogue with your spirituality, like all of it, all of what that entails for you. So to me, you're highly connected. But on a mundane level, you're much more cut off. And you've definitely made some space, or will be, right? This is September. Gonna draw an oracle card. That's too many. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna say something. You know, you did block communication, right? It's a choice you made. It's deliberate. This card is sort of challenging you about being called. So there's many ways, you know, you could take that message. So just establishing pure 3D communication through a phone call, that's one possibility. It's also obviously your calling. This is what it's really referring to here, obviously, but it's being called out. I'm hearing that you're being called out. So by this priestess, which is also here, which is also an energy of an entity, a being that's remote, that is virtual, that is not necessarily a person, like a real person, but it could be, right? It sort of takes on multiple facets, if you want. You're being challenged. Maybe that's why you're so avoidant as well. You're being extra protective. But I think you're being called out on this, on these boundaries, the way you're putting them, against who you're putting them, or your reasons for putting them up, or, you know, the reason why you are blocking communication, why you're hiding this incredible I mean, this for me takes on like it's family, it's friends, it's community, it's your spirit team, all of the above, right? It's the ancestors. I mean, it's, you can play on it like as however it resonates for you. But I think it's all these things. I think some of these people are like your family members. Some could be friends. Some could be like acquaintances. Some could be literal, like a grandmother that's passed. Any all of it. All of it. It's not even one or the other, it's all of it. I don't know, it's like this is like an iceberg. That's what it is. So here it's like you only see 1/10 of the iceberg, and this is like the beautiful nine, like everything that's in the depths, all of this incredible. I'm not sure which word, because it feels like it's multiple things. It could be your knowledge, it could be so real people, so people that you decide to guard, right? That you don't want to know people to know your ties and affinities, or the nature of your relationships with these people. It could be you might not want to expose your spirituality to the common people that you meet. There's like layers and layers and layers here. If someone is calling you out, that's for sure. Or someone has called you or wants to speak, right? Whatever it is, or however that resonates for you. Let's draw a gypsy card. Two. I got this card. This is love. It's amor, like amore. Amor is a sign that someone is looking at you with great love and longing. And here you have the rose, indicate beauty and rugged health. So this is definitely a very beautiful being looking at you with incredible love. Leo, I think it's this priestess. Maybe this is who you're shielding yourself from. You don't want this person to even know all of you, because this is also part of you, right? I told you you're wearing this like on your skin. This is like almost ingrained. It's a weird, there's a weird, I mean, it's almost like there's no frontier between what's real, what's not real, what's tangible, not, like supernatural. You know what I mean? Like, is it yours? Is it not yours? So all of that. And when I mean all of that, it's really a mix of all of that. It's really actually difficult to separate them for me as a reader. I think you are the only one that would be able to tell how this sort of, how does it fit you. But this is incredible. Whatever's coming through here, it's very, very beautiful. I mean, the rose, you have a cupid and you have a rose. Isn't that like the ultimate love flower, right? The red rose is the ultimate message of love. So maybe someone is really calling at you multiple times, right? Or at least is that trying to establish communication multiple times, always knocking on this. I almost said door, but I'm seeing a window. It's interesting. It's a window. And I'm hearing window of opportunity. They're waiting for the window of opportunity. That's why it's a window. They're knocking on a window. They know the window of opportunity will open. They're very persistent. They love you so much. Yes. And I think that this person here is actually seeing them, right? Seeing right through. So again, this could be you. I mean, it is you. This is the Leo card out of all of these cards that are behind you, right? And you might not be comfortable with me associating you with the Seven of Swords. Most people really hate that card, but I don't think you should take it on that superficial of a level, right? So I think that this energy could also be yours, not necessarily someone else's. So what is really happening is that you're really seeing right through this. You see this person, you keep looking at them, basically. It just feels a little cold here, you know? The windows, glass is cold, so there's something there. It's interesting because it wasn't going to be a love reading, and then love showed up so strongly here that it's really interesting. And in the Cancer read, there's a meeting between a priestess and a teacher, and we have another priestess coming up here. There was the word devotion on their oracle card for Cancer, right? And I forgot to mention this, but I'm actually going to bring it up here. I think there's great devotion between the priestess and the teacher, or will be. So I don't know, it's like the priestess is showing up again. So I don't know if I don't feel any teacher energy here. This is not, although there's a bit of Saturn on the world card, but not enough to really offer the exact same message as Cancer. But also they had the love card, I think, or was that Gemini? Sorry guys, that is eluding me, but the priestess I know for sure in the Cancer read. Remember I told you about loyalty here for these beings, these creatures in your life, these people, family, etc. I think this person has the loyalty, the devotion that you're looking for. And I think that's what you're looking for. Like, that's why you're looking for it. And I think also that's why the Strength card is the first one here. Like, this is like your first boundary. There's another one here where there's another like test here before you get to these other energies or past. Like, imagine this as getting to know you progressively, right? Getting to know you more and more and more and more, so they would first meet you on this level, then eventually find out a bit more here, get to know you more, then they'll see this side of you, and then again this side of you, right? So now I'm seeing these cards as facets of your personality, depths to who you are, to your soul, to your heart. It's all of these things. It's interesting, I did was it the Aries reading that was, they had walls as well. They had walls up. I get the same message here. And I wouldn't necessarily applied it. I mean, I did say there was a Seven of Swords, the character was hiding something, but having the Eight of Wands in reverse show up right under to clarify, I mean, I cannot help but see a much more stronger system of separation. it's funny, I use the word system like it's almost like a mechanism, right? Like a, you know, like the, how do you call that? You know, the bridge, if like for like a castle, like the bridge that you, that thing that you, in French it's a pont-levis. I have no idea how to say in English, but you know, the thing that goes down so that people can enter the castle. That's what it feels like here. You have it's almost like, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna do it like that. Anyway, it's like the pont-levis is like, right now it's lifted, right? So you're blocking the entrance. Anyway. What I like is the word castle because you're Leo, so you're the king, so you are the king of this castle. And I think you're right about valuing yourself, seeing yourself in the, you know, as a king, as the leader, you know, to step up and lead, as the leader of this community within the castle, as being regal, right? Noble, fair and just, and whatever you wish to imagine a king could be in the most positive sense, right? Anyways, I'm gonna end it here, Leo. So thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, it's a long video. Didn't think it was that long. Thank you. On your way out, share, subscribe, all that, and come back.